Tell me, why do you have to go and make things so complicated? I see the way you're... Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Veterans React video. It's been a while for this. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. So this is going to be... This isn't a challenge yet that I've seen, like anytime like the military almost killed you, when did you almost die, when did you rethink your life. It's just a story. I did go to Washington this weekend to visit a buddy of mine who I had served with. Him and his wife are very good friends of mine. And I'm surprised he asked me, like, do you remember this particular moment? Because it's something that's, like, ingrained in my brain. I do tell the story a lot. I have told it on my live, on other things. I'm not even sure what I'm going to title this video, but it was about the time I almost died. Then there were a couple of incidences, not similar to this, but other instances like, oh, we about to die. But this one was... I wasn't deployed at the time. I was stationed at McGuire Air Force Base. That's where I was. I wasn't anywhere crazy dangerous. But in the 2T2 field, that was my AFSC, 2T2 Air Transportation Specialist. There is a lot of moving parts. You're driving giant vehicles that are capable, that are millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, that you're working around aircraft as well. And what I've noticed was that all the safety precautions you can take, it doesn't matter if someone else messes up. So there's this thing called, there's an aircraft called a C-5. It can move about 250,000 pounds of fuel and cargo and people, and they have two floors essentially. The first floor is for cargo. The second floor can hold 73 passengers, including like 11 crew, something like that. Pain in the butt to try to bring like water igloos like up those stairs. They're really tiny stairs, and you have to bring 3 of them. It's like, whew, doing that by yourself, it's a workout. But there is this thing called a C-5 staircase truck. There's normal staircase trucks for passengers to go up for a KC-10. C-17s, you don't need any stairs. They have little stairs that go out there. But for a KC-10, you need a certain staircase truck because the door is so high. And the same thing for a C-5. You need a C-5 staircase truck. And here's the wing. You have to go like this, and it's dangerous to kind of even turn this staircase truck into it. You need a spotter at first. After a while, just like, nope, you don't even need to look. And then after that, you have what is called a fueling. So I don't know why they didn't fuel before the passengers were on, but they didn't. And I was training this new guy who I went to visit in Washington on the staircase truck. So I, okay, well, this is what happens, wait for them to fuel. There always needs to be someone in the C-5 staircase truck while it's running at all times. It wasn't actually running, but we were waiting for the passengers to get on before we could, DeStep the aircraft, where they would close the door, he would spot me out, like this, and say, okay, that's where I'd go. So it is a two-man job if you want to be super safe with it. Now, at this time, they were refueling the aircraft, and I don't know how many pounds of fuel it can take. I forget. It's definitely in the regulations. But as they were fueling, like hundreds of thousands of gallons, something went wrong, and so much fuel was pouring out of it. I was like, oh my God. So I was like, and the crew did not help at all. They were zero help. They just all out for themselves. You see them running down the staircase truck, and like, okay, so all right, go up and make sure all the civilians get off the aircraft. Help children, whatever. Make sure they all get out. They have a manifest over there, is checking off names. But I had to stay in the truck just for them to help them get out. And eventually, I was going to try to DeStep it as well. But just to save the truck, save the vehicle. In hindsight, probably should have just turned the vehicle off and then just left. Well, the vehicle was off, but I should have just taken the keys out and just left with everybody. But I didn't. I was following the regulations. Someone's got to stay in there during operations. So I go in and I go and let him go upstairs, and he's doing all the stuff. They're meeting at, let's say we were in the military for the airfield. For the flight line, you have, let's say, Golf through Mike. Those are the rows, and you have Golf 1, 2, 3, 4. We're on like Joker 1, or where's C-5s at? Maybe Mike 1, whatever we are. We're in the first one, and they're going to meet over at Mike 2. And I don't know, maybe 30, 50 yards away, something like that. So I was like, okay, so they're going to meet all over there. And I don't know, like he didn't have a radio. I had one radio, and I was radioing in, what was happening. And then I actually think he took the radio, but I didn't have one, so I didn't know when they were all off. So I'm like just looking. I see all this fuel pouring out. I was like, and there was this girl I was talking to at the time, and I type out a message on like Facebook Messenger to her, like, hey, you're really special. You're really smart. Don't ever change. Obviously, people change in general, but don't lose who you are. And because I thought like one little spark, and honestly, it didn't even matter that they were in the next row ahead, 50 yards away. That was so much fuel. Everyone would have died. So I was like, oh man, like don't tell, like please, like nobody be smoking. Please let nobody have like a lithium-ion battery. Just I was like making a deal with God. Like I'll be good. I'll donate to charity, which I wound up doing anyway. So I send the message, and then what I had found out afterwards was the crew didn't care like about us, like about 2T2s. They're just like, hey, they're like, oh, all the passengers out. They're like, yeah, but like I still have my guys in the truck. It's like, all right, we don't care about that. No, stay back here. And he's like, no, my guys. So I see him running, and I'm just like, just looking at him, and I was like, okay. So I take the keys out and I follow. I was like, and I'm in steel toe boots. Actually, yeah, I'll show you a picture, or I'll show you these are heavy boots. They're not running shoes. They're not meant to be ran with. They steel toes, so that in case a giant pallet comes on your foot or whatever, it just, something that's heavy, like 10,000 pounds or whatever, it just cuts your toes clean off so that you're not, super injuring yourself. It's like a clean slice. But yeah, so that happened. I ran so fast that day I could have, for a second there, been faster than Usain Bolt. It was pretty crazy. So he goes to me and watches, like, do you remember this time? Like, of course I remember that time. I almost died. It's a fun story now, but at the time I was like, I was not okay. Like, I remember going back to the shot, like, guys, I need to go home. Like, I need to, but they wouldn't let me. I had to fill out a report. The fire department came. I had to tell my side of the story. It's like, guys, I don't want to talk about this anymore. Like, I need therapy. I didn't. It was fine. But yeah, that was a long day. And it was towards the end of shift too. And I'm just thinking like, oh man, this poor kid, like I'm just training him on this and he's going to like be scarred forever. Enough to that we still remember it. But yeah, that was it. I hope you enjoyed that story. I hope you, again, you don't have to be deployed to do something that is very dangerous. So yeah, for those of you that, anyone have any questions about the military, about my job, about that particular incident, about the Air Force in general, just let me know. Comment down below. I will answer. I love you all. Everyone say bye-bye, Dashi, bye-bye, Dashi. And my Lucius Malfoy snake wand that's going to go over there right now. Okay, all right. Bye, guys. Meow, meow.